Welcome everyone to the Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiley here, bringing you Rush B versus ReGen Phoenix here in Division B East Sunday night matchup. And if you watched Division C playoffs last year, you might be having a little flashbacks. It's all right. Just try to relax, stay in the moment, remember what's real as you get through this. But Rush B versus ReGen Phoenix, it was Division C Grand Finals last season. I believe Rush B coming out of West, ReGen Phoenix coming out of East, if I recall correctly. As I should say, not ReGen Phoenix. It was ReGen Red, and many of the players from that ReGen Red team are here on ReGen Phoenix. But already jumping straight into the draft, a lot of bans, rapid fire, pew, 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 as we see Anubarak banned out, as well as Kael'thas and Sylvanas. The map, Volskaya, the pick was Rush B's, so ReGen Red won the coin toss, elected for first draft pick. So here we go now. Stukov banned out, possibly targeting a healer on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Stukov, good healer on the map too. A lot of zone control. As a 5-man healer, very strong with the AoE potential. But we are going to see a Maiev come out. Darabo grabbing the Maiev very early. That does leave up the ETC to counter. I'd like to see the ETC picked up now, as I think ETC is kind of the default counter to Maiev, as well as the default enabler of Maiev. Anduin, good choice. I like it. Jaina, so not really too worried out of the gate about that Maiev. If you're going Jaina this early, as she can be quite vulnerable. But Maiev has, she's been around. She's been, she's one of those heroes that if a team picks her, they're going to get a lot of value. 29% probability, but a 62% win rate. So you're going to be dealing with that. Joanna Anna, so making sure to get that very strong healer, and then Joanna, a good tank. Decent at dealing with what you would expect would be an ETC on the other side, although Diablo is viable, but you could ban out the Diablo, force them kind of onto that ETC. See what happens there as... Oops. Have a little mix-up here on my sheet, but there we go. Anna, on the other hand, still strong despite the changes. We're still seeing her picked quite highly. The Orc ban, interesting. So they're kind of more worried about like that post-20 combo, the Warden's Cage with the Entombed Silence. This map tends to go to 20, I find, or at least until the first team gets to 20. It tends to always go to that third shrine, and that's pretty close to 20 range with the XP change we've seen. ETC banned out. There it is. So not wanting to deal with that counter. I like that decision a lot. Diablo not as good at peeling out that Maiev. I mean, I guess maybe it opens up like a Garrosh. And you have decent... Muradin. Okay, so Muradin going to be the pick. Going to go for some burst. What do they have to follow up with that? Jaina Greymane, perhaps? Hanzo. Okay, that works. Yeah. Hanzo is a pretty good follow-up. If you want some follow-up CC, I'd like to see something like a Blaze here. I think Blaze would also be good simply on the basis of Bunker or Combustion for counter engage, if Maiev does indeed get a good combo. But Blaze sniped as I'm thinking it. And then there's the Orpheus. So there's your follow-up to the Maiev pull. So holy Toledo, the CC. There is so much CC on the side of ReGen Phoenix. Their combo, Joanna and Blaze can set up the engage. Maiev can pull people in. You can actually have Joanna set up Maiev set up Blaze set up Orphea, and then all the while, Ana just chucks in a grenade, lands in the enemy team, no healing for you. But Imperius is going to be the pick. So there's actually some good setup. A lot of single target engage, but a lot of single target blow up, versus kind of this Wombo-esque team we're seeing on the side of ReGen Phoenix. I think this is going to be a great game. Both teams have good comps for this map. Both teams have pretty aggressive comps, although aggressive in different ways. Certainly, I think early game, you know, it's going to come down a lot to how much Dominator can get stacked up. But we'll see heading here into this first map. And I'm excited for this match. Now, we do have Shui subbing in for the other team. For ReGen Phoenix, excuse me. We're also going to see, you know, some other faces we've seen before, like Arrow here on the Warrior. So, Arrow, you've seen him around. He's been doing some casting here and there. Going to be grabbing Joanna. Seems to be his most popular hero so far this season. 60% win rate on the season with a 5.7 KDA. So we'll see, you know, some pretty high hard CC time, but we'll see how this match goes. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Rush B versus ReGen Phoenix. If I had to pick, I like ReGen Phoenix's comp quite a lot. But we shall see as we head into the match. On the left, it's going to be Rush B. We're going to have nothing. Okay, 1 second. No, we're not getting the pop-ups.
The battle begins in
Having some issues here with my overlays.
5, 4,
There we go. Dominator. Going to be on Hanzo.
1.
Green Wall, 12. Going to be on Anduin. Fatlock. Going to be on Muradin. Great Potu. Going to be on Jaina. And Arcane going to be on Imperius. And on the other side, Arya going to be on Anna. Murder going to be on Orphea. Darabo going to be on the Maiev. Shui going to be on Blaze. And Arrow going to be on Joanna. Already both solo laners here in the bottom. Taking a look at those level 1 talents. We are seeing that Tether quest from Maiev. Otherwise, pretty standard picks across the board. Maiev can be pretty flexible. Muradin going with that extra blow-up potential. And bold strategy from the Anduin, as one would expect. The Captain ReGen Ghost is subbing for ReGen Phoenix. Was approved by both teams. So, but already rotation slightly favoring, it seems, ReGen Phoenix, who are already moving in to this fortification camp. Worried about the engage. They have Joanna and Anna kind of helping to protect while Orphea soaks this top lane against the Hanzo, who did go W build. Should be noted. Can't get a lot of value on this map. Charging onto Imperius. Shui actually doing pretty well here in this bottom lane at the moment. But now, moving back out into that 4-man rotation, separating out Muradin, getting some good damage onto him. Muradin should be okay from that, however. Hanzo soaking that top lane. Ever since he been born, he been soaking that top lane. Trying to get his W stacks up. And when looking for a root, kind of a hope. Didn't really come to fruition there. Fatlock fully recognizing the blow-up potential of the other team, even at this early level, playing safe. But a pretty standard play. No one yet going to make the aggressive play for this support camp. A little bit early for Siege, although Orphea looking like she's going to start it. Hanzo keeping vision over that point. It's a good kind of mutually assured destruction. Neither team wants to be the one to start the camp because they'll get engaged on. Here in the bottom, Shui actually low on mana, but still doing really well clearing these minion waves. Darabo and Fatlock kind of poking each other back and forth here. Hanzo yet to pick a level 4 talent. I don't know if that is an accident or if it's up for debate. They kind of want to see how the engage goes. Who knows? Or they're trying to hide it. Or he just hasn't picked his talent. It could be any one of those possibilities, but either way. We are seeing Rush B rushing A, technically. So not really living up to their namesake. B's up there. Such silly, silly gooses. Meanwhile, though, ReGen gonna take this top camp out. Try to equalize pressure. They're not close enough to level 7, I think, to soak it. Dominator, just making sure nobody's doing anything fishy. Ooh, getting engaged on. There's the tether. Ooh, does he have the jump? He does not. And Dominator is gonna go down. Didn't have trade up, or at least was holding it maybe just a bit too long, but that is now an opportunity to get on a point. Muradin, though, still soaking. And he can stay on this point for a little bit. Hard to blow up. So he's going to get them 78%, 90%, or excuse me, 82%. Me talk good. Numbers easy. But ReGen now with a chance to get some channel progress. Still with the death timer short. Hanzo's back up. Level 7 about to be grabbed. And they're actually going to try to grab the support camp. But I don't know if they have enough damage here to do it right now. And Arrow actually checking this out. Could try to go in for the steal, but all the members of Rush B coming up, making sure that they get this. Joanna just trying to steal it. Does she get it? Nope. Jaina manages to snag it, but here comes the engage now from ReGen Phoenix. They're moving in. Darabo, though, very low. Still the point not capped. Actually, no one has grabbed the objective yet. But there's the first kill onto Joanna, but the health bars are so low, and here comes a very healthy Blaze. He trades into Jaina, but Orphea goes down, as does Maev. Imperius goes down as well. Talk about, like, this is the problem with for-profit healthcare right there. Is everyone just has to die competing over who gets healthcare. And, I'm gonna so not be allowed to cast anymore after that. Alright. That was not it political, that was shit posting. Anyway, but meanwhile, after all that, it enables Rush B to grab the first Striglaw Protector, and they're just gonna run this top. They're gonna run it top. They have some minions here to help them. I like this, keeping the Q ready, focusing down that well, as is the common play here, but actually taking a ton of damage from ReGen at the moment. Really selling off as well. Need to be careful, though, as they could actually get dropped out of this Triglav under structures, and in fact they do. There's the tether onto Hanzo. He traits over the wall. Phoenix does have Dwarf Toss. They should be able to get out of here now. Phoenix getting slowed by Orphea, but the heals are there. So they really push for that well, but that's all they get. And with the wall still standing, it's okay. Yeah, all the camps were used for a camp. Should be worth noting. There we go. So level 10s here, almost the same time for both teams. No time really for a 10 into 9 engage. We got Ring. We got Angelic Armaments, I believe that is. Yes, we got Haymaker. Haymaker Playmaker. Dragon's Arrow. Anduin's still holding his. There is the Blessed Shield. There's the Nano. There's the Bunker. There's the Crushing Jaws. And there is the Warden's Cage. It's going to be Light Bomb. So, trying to get that CC chain going. Muradin, Imperius, Light Bomb, Dragon's Arrow. It's a lot of CC potential. Worried, too, about the interrupt from the Blessed Shield, making Salvation hard. Plus, you got to deal with the Ana, the Jet Charge. Maev can disrupt it. Crushing Jaws can disrupt it. So, really, everyone on the team could interrupt Salvation in some way, albeit potentially at the cost. Pardon me. At the cost of a heroic. But still, if you shut down Salve, that's pretty good. Turret getting picked up here by the members of ReGen. Now, their turret coming a little bit late, and we are seeing this good push top. In the meantime, Fatlock doing some good zoning. Moving now on to Darabo, zoning him out. Blink comes in, not taken. There's the Blessed Shield, trying to secure the re-engage onto Jaina. Jaina does have the turret. I believe Anduin has the cleanse pull, but Shui coming in for the flank, managed to catch onto Fatlock and a couple others. Dragon's Arrow trying to peel. Fatlock, though, is going to drop, and my Storm League teammates would now be saying, who focuses tank? I mean, really? Well, apparently, ReGen focuses the tank, and they do so effectively. Great flank there by Shui. And that's going to enable them to grab this support camp. This time not having to fight over it. Imperius, though, doing his double soak impression. Shui also going to get some double soak here. And Rush B now has a chance to live up to their name. We'll see if they do it. But now's a chance to equalize, take out the well top. They get the tower. Orphea try to focus down that well, as is Joanna. 4v4 fight at the moment, though. Getting zoned off by just all the potential pressure. And Imperius is actually rotating up, so Rush B is going to be to this point first, but it's going to allow Blaze to potentially soak level 13. So this could be a short-lived hold for Rush B, as level 13 can be a pretty big level tier. It's going to give Anduin his mobility, for example. It's going to give Jaina Icy Veins. Pretty key. And now Muradin kind of getting caught out here. There's the stun into the tether. Cleanse has to be blown to get Fatlock out. Muradin can get back in, though. He does have his second wind. Level 13 now picked up. Here comes the re-engage. Actually not seeing Icy Veins. We're seeing Stormfront. We are seeing... So the W build coming out, more or less, W build for Anduin. Trying to get that movement speed off that. Healing static for Muradin, giving him just a ton of sustain. Here comes Maiev trying to jump in, but actually gets playmakered out of the fight. Doesn't even get the chance to drop the healing totem. Bunker comes in, though, for the red team. Darabo not able to get into it before the bunker is broken. Arcane is dropping low on the front, but healing through it all is Anduin, and now no one has dropped yet. Finally, the first kill comes in onto Maiev. Great job by both support players keeping their team up. That was a very protracted engage, healing people, saving them through the ultimate usage, but you got to give credit to Muradin for that playmaker stalling the start of the fight. And there we go. Not the bees! I see you, chat. But this should be Rush B grabbing the second Triglav Protector. They grabbed the first one as well. Didn't get much with it. Should be able to easily get top 4 with this one. My guess is, based on the strategy, they would then try to run it down bot. But actually, with Imperious away, the Mice will play. 4v4 engage. Blaze moving straight onto Anduin. Haymaker separating out Shui. Shui now getting stunned. Here comes the Wombo combo. Trying to jet charge away, but does go down. Dragon's Arrow, I think that was... very short stun. Oh no, it was a whiff. As Rush B now able to move back onto the point before there's any channel progress for ReGen. Now Joanna just needs to worry about getting away. Manages to do so, but this is Rush B's Punisher. Or Triglav Protector, excuse me. And here we go. So now, chance to get the first 4 to the game, start getting some cata pressure. And they're going to bypass it. They're going to instead choose to rotate towards bottom, and from the look of it, I would expect them to just go straight bot and go for the well. I think you want to open up a win condition at this point, though, and it's worth trying to get top 4 just to potentially have that. Bottom lane tends to be the most powerful on this map just because of where the third Triglav Protector spawns. Most games tend to end through bot, but you can get some core pressure up in that top lane as well. Triglav sells out for the well, doesn't get any real structure damage. Has to walk away. It's a strategy to get the well, to try to preserve that advantage, and it's certainly not without value, but I gotta say I'd like to see them put more value onto the actual structures as well. Oh, Blaze coming in, looking for the flank. There is the big tether. Tether pulls Dominator out of the fight. Dragon's Arrow turnaround, buying him space to get a little bit of extra stun duration. Now Arcane, though, getting slowed by that Oral. Here comes the Ring of Frost. Collects 2 members of the red team. Shui dropping the bunker. Can they get in? There's the Warden's Cage. Arcane is so low. Arcane going to go down. Fatlock going to go down. Arrow going to go down as well, though. The health bars are just dropping for Blue a little bit faster that time. Jaina going to be the last to fall. And, really good bunker there by Blaze, by Shui. Definitely won them the fight. Bought enough time. They only have bees in here. I mean, it's in my apartment. I don't want bees in here, but like, I can't say I've already created a rule that no bees are allowed. If I ever invite Nicolas Cage over, certainly I will not have bees. But turret camp picked up here by the blue team. Now moving up to their fort. Or to their siege camp, excuse me, fortification camp, picked up here by ReGen. They have a turret. They still have that support camp, or I should say, excuse me, they just grabbed support camp. So both teams with, I believe, 1 turret. Support camp right now favoring the members of ReGen. They're going to push bot. They're going to try to equalize this well. That well did allow, when Muradin got ganked, it did allow him to re-engage fairly quickly into the fight. So we are seeing a 4-man defense. Muradin actually going to come down too, so we have kind of a 5v5 potentially forming in this bot lane. Muradin actually is going to go ahead and get this cap, get some pressure before rotating down. ReGen saying, you know what? Not worth it. We don't want to blow tools just for a well. We're going to back up. Rush B, though, trying to push up and get this front wall. Make the retreat from this bottom structure just a little bit more. Green wall getting picked out here. Needs to be careful. Maiev with the tether. There's a root by Anduin. He's actually getting pulled back, though. Ring of Frost is a whiskey. Greenwall trying to walk away. Bunker into the back line, trying to move in onto Jaina. There's the healing totem, trying to secure the re-engage. Oh, and the Warden's Cage is going to almost catch Imperius, but it does catch both Muradin and Jaina. Gonna secure 2 kills in ReGen. Grabbing 2 more kills there off the Maiev. A little bit of a disorganized engage, but it definitely worked out in ReGen's favor. And Blaze gonna go clear up this top siege camp, try to get his team a little bit close for level 20. They are on the horizon. But we should not get level 20 before the next Triglav Protector is decided. Unless we have one hell of a stall. Fort does go down, though. So the first fort of the game at 14 minutes and 50 seconds. That's what happens when you shoot the Triglav Protector at wells like that. But no one picking up for ReGen their top siege camp. Is Blaze going to do it? No, it looks like he's going to bypass and just come straight down. They're going to focus this potential win condition with the Triglav. It can absolutely burn through this first fort, no problems asked. Fortification camp picked up, trying to get a second turret. And actually with the healing totem dropped, now the tool advantage is in favor of Rush B. Warden's Cage still not up, so this is a really good time for Rush B to invade. Have they been tracking heroic timers? If they engage hard here, I think it's fair to say they have, but they're actually trying to engage past the Joanna, and there actually is a bit of danger here of this engage. It's a bit menacing. Joanna having to rotate off the point just to make sure the team can peel out, but in all this time, no hard engage, no real commitment, and Warden's Cage is now back up. Haymaker used before Warden's Cage came up, and now Rush B gonna get some channel, but now looking at this fortification camp, and we're actually gonna get a 4-5v5 fight over this. Arrow taking a ton of damage. Bless Shield, there's the Warden Cage into the back line, trying to once again to get on Jaina. She does Ice Block with the huge Ring of Frost. You're gonna go, but Maiev, Muradin, died in that melee. Turrets are being dropped for the sake of getting the turret, which they do, and 2 more kills. Rush B should get their 3rd Triglav Protector of the match, but so far they actually haven't gotten any structures with it. The fort going down in top actually to their siege camp. And so, despite this though, they're actually going to lose the race to 20. Orphea going to pick it up right here, right now. But the push on the bottom should enable them to get, if not 20, at least close enough that the Triglav Protector can have that value. It's a very back and forth game, but it's just, in terms of the Triglav Protectors, it seems like Rush B always has that kind of second gear that enables them to get the value they want. Pushing now onto this bot, trying to open up win condition with this Triglav Protector. 97%, 99%. There it is. Imperius going to pop on in. Muradin back up as well. Still no level 20s on the side of Rush B versus level 20 on the other side. Pretty standard picks across the board, except Armored Stance. Interesting. Not going for the upgrade. Instead going for Armored Stance, trying to make Ana a bit tougher to kill. And here comes the engage. Focus on the Darabo. Darabo tethering Muradin. He pops right out. Triglav just pretty much kamikazeing for this bottom keep, but now in a bit of trouble. Maiev could enable a really big re-engage. Warden's Cage is available. Level 20 is just now coming up. We don't have a level 20 yet from Jaina. There's the Crushing Jaws, but the Ice Block, oh my goodness. Jaina just baited so hard. The Crushing Jaws completely negated. Ice Block following up with the Ring of Frost. Secures the kill onto both the DPS, Orphea and Maiev. And now the chase is on. They're going to get Arrow. No, they're indestructible there. Can Arrow walk away? The healing is coming in. Arrow does get away. But now they potentially look to end the match. Jaina with the very good Ice Block, the very good Ring of Frost counter engage. And here we go now, moving on to the point. Here's the focus. Jaina now picking the level 20. It is the Chill Blink. But the focus onto the core. Shields are still standing, but health bars starting the drop. Fat block a little bit low. We're going to see how much green wall can get healing out. A light well cannot be killed by the enemy team, but Arcane is going to drop. Arcane is down. Muradin is very low. The core is down to 30%. Muradin should drop here. Light bomb coming in. Down goes Muradin. The core is at 10%, but it is going to drop. And Rush B going to take a very back and forth game number 1 as they win their map choice of Volskaya Foundry. Very, very back and forth game. We're going to jump here into the post-game analysis. Rush B actually lost a lot of team fights this game. ReGen Phoenix had good team fights, but they won the team fights that mattered most. Kills in this match, very, very even. You can see 11 to 12 actually favoring ReGen getting more kills, but it just seemed that, you know, Darabo late in the game was having a hard time staying alive long enough to have an impact. There was some really good Ring of Frost there by Great Potu. Ultimately, Anduin just had some really fantastic healing. Hanzo chunking out the damage. But, yeah, I mean, it was a really back-and-forth game, really fun game. Can't wait for game number 2, and sincerely hope this match goes to game number 3. It's going to be a fun one. Stay tuned here to the Nexus Gaming Series. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiley here, bringing you the rematch of close enough to the rematch of last year's Division C Grand Finals. Now, both teams in Division B, Rush B and ReGen Phoenix. Here in B East, ReGen Phoenix, a lot of the players from ReGen Red. As we are seeing a bit of a sub here, Great Potu being subbed out this match for T-Lane. I'd have to guess it's a map thing. I can't at all imagine it's because of performances. I think Great Potu played extraordinarily well in that first match. But now we're going to get a chance to see T-Lane, so get to see some more players here. As Rush B looking to get a domination this series, but it's not going to come free as ReGen Phoenix taking Rush B to the battlefield, which is most eternal. You think they would just kind of get to the end already, but nah, it just keeps going. That's nation building for you. Anyway, I am never going to be allowed to cast again. Anubarak and Sylvanas, the bans. Thank you for bailing me out. Anubarak and Sylvanas going to be the bans. Pretty popular. Sylvanas has really kind of stepped up as an assassin in the meta. Once again, targeting that Stukov, not wanting to deal with, I assume, Arya's Stukov. Or Arya, who cares? I'm going to say Arya and Arrow. Anyway, as chat is just confusing me right now. Deeply confusing me. ETC going to be the first pick. There it is. Maev getting banned out by ReGen Phoenix, so it's kind of one of those, like, we want it, we don't want you to have it. First pick, first ban, heroes. ETC going to be the take. Was available. We didn't see ETC before mid bans last time. Got banned out, but this time Fatlock wanted to make sure to get on it. Could be a map-specific pick as well. ETC very good in these choke points. Let's keep it PG, Chad. I don't want to see any fucking complaints. Derbo gonna grab the Vala this map, so wanting to say, like, hey, you know, we're gonna win Burn. We just won Burn. Congratulations, us. Now fight. And on the other side, Anduin's still gonna be the pick here for Greenwall. Dominator still grabbing that Hanzo. So some good Immortal Burn and then some good Wombo combo potential. ETC with Dragon's Arrow as well. You could even do something like stage dive into the backline, Dragon's Arrow. Good combo. It's a way to dive the Vala. Yellow's still up. They are denying the Imperius. So the Imperius definitely got some value last game. The Angelic Armaments actually played well, and I should have highlighted it probably more than I did. Leoric banned out the other side. So sticking with the same three bans is Rush B. They're like, these are the three heroes we don't want ReGen to have. These are three heroes we're not going to let them have. On the other side, there's no need to pick a support now. If you want to hold your soul laner, though, that's the only reason to pick a support. Otherwise, you could hold it, but at this point, you know You probably need a cleanse of some kind. So Tyranda's on the table, as is Rhaegar, who's good at the burn. There's the Tyrande. Kael'thas, okay. I like the Kael'thas. It's another interrupt to deal with ETC. It prevents the enemy team from kind of clumping or deathballing. The choke points give Kael'thas value on this map. Tyrande, obviously great onto the burn, has a Mosh interrupt. Going to be able to put a Loon's Chosen on Vala, let her go a bit ham in these team fights, so that should help. Artanis, so getting Artanis for burn, and then a Gul'dan. So Gul'dan's interesting on this map. He doesn't really bring a lot to the burn. He does bring quite a bit to the zoning on this map. I thought they already personally had enough with ETC. I think I could have liked to have seen something like a Li Ming, because Li Ming can actually make it hard for Tyrande to set up, but we'll see what kind of value that Gul'dan gets. The Artanis, of course, picked up to try to match ban. Yrel going to be grabbed. So actually, almost even on burn. Slight edge to ReGen Phoenix. Certainly on later shrines, ReGen Phoenix is going to do amazing. I think the first shrine, Rush B, has the advantage. And so that should play out in a couple interesting ways. But Shui going to get onto the Yrel to try to counter Artanis in the solo lane. Interesting matchup we have here. Very, very interesting matchup. As I'm excited for this one. It's once again two very kind of good drafts that operate in different ways. There's a lot of kill potential on both teams, but the way they do it is different. There's a lot of separation. You know, we want to separate out one person to kill them on the side of Rush B. Although they do have good AoE damage, but certainly the separation with the swap, with the ETC, with the Horrify. On the other hand, a lot of single target potential damage. Obviously, as it comes to the team fight. Interesting matchup. Looking forward to it myself. But here we go, jumping into map number 2, Rush B versus ReGen Phoenix. And here we go. We're going to have, on the left, up in the top, it's going to be, whoopsie daisies. Oh boy. We're going to have Dominator on the Hanzo, actually starting in the bottom. Green Wall going to be on Anduin. Fatlock going to be on ETC. T-Lane going to be on Gul'dan, and up in the top, it's Arcane on Artanis. It is Rush B looking to dominate the series. Looking to stop that domination. Shui on Yrel up in the top. Down in the bottom, we're going to have Arya going to be on Tyrande. Arrow going to be on Joanna. Darabo on the Vala. And Murder going to be on that Kael'thas. Level 1 talents. We're seeing the W build at a Hanzo. Block Party to deal with the Vala. Gul'dan did not. Ooh. Pursuit of Flame is the choice for Gul'dan. So going with a Q build focus. Very interesting. That is a build that spikes a bit later. Oh, the living bomb spread thanks to Arrow coming in with the Condemn. T-Lane is so low, gets cleansed out by Greenwall, manages to walk away. But absolutely fantastic play there by Arrow to condemn out the living bomb, and expect that to be a thing that happens many times in this matchup. Other than that, I'm seeing kind of what I would expect to see. Now Flatlock looking to be the one who's doing the flanking. Greenwall, though, taking a lot of damage. Now needs to back up. ETC not really seeing the engage he wants. Artanis, of course, going with the amateur opponent to help with that Immortal Burn. But now Red moving on to this bottom Impaler camp, but Joanna having to rotate away. Does Blue try to counter this? Kael'thas probably salivating at the thought of getting a living bomb in here as they get the living bomb onto ETC. ETC separate out, though, doesn't spread it for the rest of the team. Good avoidance there by Greenwall. And Rush B going to be able to walk away from this. And Gul'dan doing pretty good stacks. 13 at the moment. So, ooh, Greenwall getting condemned there, but going to be alright. Valo, of course, doesn't have the stacking quest until 4, and at that point it's very important for Valo to get stacked quickly. The faster she stacks, the faster she can burn the Immortal. At 20 stacks, there's no faster burn. You get a Hunter's Mark, and you double up that Hunting Arrow, and it's going to do quite a lot of work. Indeed, on Kael'thas, D plus W wins games. D for don't die, and W for win the game. And if you do those two things, you'll win the game. I think you can shorten it to 1, but D's kind of important. But Arrow moving in onto T-Lane. T-Lane already stacked up to 19, so 2/3 of the way there. Now 21, so actually 70% of the way there, if we want to be mathematically precise. Both teams picking up their bruiser camps. Top, though, already pushed up a little bit. These dogs going to actually soften the blow for this minion wave. Arcane not burning the camp because of Shui. Shui also grabbing the Impaler camp, so double camps in this top lane. Meanwhile, though, the focus is on the bottom at the moment as, Murder and Arya are in a bit of an awkward spot here. Murda is going to be able to walk away from this one, but very, very low from all that damage from the Gul'dan. Yrel coming in, knocking back, focus on the Dominator. Down he goes with the power slide. Good and able to re-engage onto Vala, and if anything, that is a trade you will take on the side of Rush B. Now, though, Gul'dan looking like the focus, but he manages to get out of the Flame Strike. Arrow, on the other hand, very low, needs to walk away. Gul'dan, 24, 26 stacks now. And a 3v4 situation where Rush B comes out victorious. Actually, 4v5, they win that fight. Joanna now having to go clear the bot lane. Artanis, meanwhile, cleared those camps, so that entire time, Artanis was not in the fight. He was clearing the camps. And there we go. Really, really good situation there by Rush B to handle that. Now Stowe trying to defend 3v5, perhaps getting a bit cocky. ETC getting knocked back, having to get cleansed by Anduin just to get out of there. But Rush B with the burn advantage at the moment. As we said, I expected Rush B to have the better burn here at level 1. It comes online later on the side of ReGen. ReGen needing to get Vala stacked. Only 1 stack so far. That kill not helping. But we'll see if Vala can get some stacks here on this defense up in the top. It's going to be a fairly low shielded Immortal, so it should go down quick. But Rel and Artanis going to the side lane. Here we go. In the top. The Gul'dan is actually fully stacked on Q, so some pretty insane range on the Q now, and once it gets to level 16, that Q build can really start to truck. But level 7's here for both teams. And, man, that Immortal got nuked very quickly. But ETC power sliding in the back, looking at Darabo. Darabo having to walk away. Darabo still only at 1 stack on that Q, but T-Lane going to go down. But so is Vala to that damage. Flame Strike trying to get ETC. There's the save by Green Wall. Great fight there. But Vala only at 1 stack, and if you can't get stacked, you're not going to get that extra bonus damage that carries over to the Immortal. So ReGen Phoenix got to be a little bit nervous at the moment. Yes, you're right. ReGen Phoenix right now is not close to Rush B's burn. The whole point is that Vala needs to be stacked. Once Vala's stacked, Valatrana can do a lot, but pushing now into the top, Vala now has a 2nd stack. Praise be. Praise be. Globe gonna get grabbed here by Joanna, making sure to keep getting globes for that Kael'thas. And they're actually gonna get double globes here, so that helps. Corruption getting a fair amount of damage onto Arya. Arya going for the self-heal. ETC gonna get stunned out. Vala looking for the engage. Vala at 3 stacks now. But Alun's chosen used, no minions to attack, and can't really step up to attack because of the Hanzo poke. So gonna have some trouble with that. But now fight onto this top siege camp, and T-Lane can do quite a bit of damage to it with this Q build. ReGen gonna try to fight this. They're at least gonna focus ETC. There's the gravity lapse, but Impaler can't picked up by Rush B. ReGen not able to do anything with it. Arrow started the Hearth, backed up. Here in the bottom, Arcane behind on mana, but that's pretty much it. Impaler camp was actually grabbed in that by Yrel. But now a focus onto invading this Bruiser camp. Great timing on that. Separation on Arya, and Arya goes down. Joanna kind of driving for the point. and but it was still capped by Rush B. So Rush B now getting a big macro advantage into this top lane, and it's going to allow them some time to get this burn here. Vala having to Hearth only at 8 stacks. Getting there, 40% of the way there. It's going to help the burn a lot, but in the meantime, this is going to be halftime free of charge for Rush B. Level 10s on the horizons for both teams. ReGen might grab it first here in this top lane. We'll see what happens, but this is going to be offensive burn position, so definitely some good luck here on the repositioning by Rush B. And we are seeing a full invade, but with the health of the Immortals so low, I just don't know what they get. But the Starfall and the Phoenix together going to secure the kill onto Gul'dan. Artana's getting separated as well, so they do manage to get 2 kills here, and they're actually going to counter-steal that Bruiser camp. But with the death timer so short, I don't think Vala can really do that much. And the focus actually onto Vala here, getting separated out. Oh, the Blessed Shield and the knockback causing some problems. Darabo barely getting out of there. Hanzo on the chase. Light Bomb trying to start a re-engage. Mosh now onto the point. But there's the blind. Doesn't really collect anyone. Yes, it does actually. And down goes Joanna. And now ReGen Phoenix getting horrified away. Vala's going to go down. Murda's going to go down. And oh my goodness, that is devastating for ReGen Phoenix. Rush B, they refused to give up that Bruiser camp. The death timer's finished, and they came back in with a vengeance. That blind actually doing quite a lot of value. The Mosh buying enough time, and Gul'dan just starts trucking people. And oh my goodness, that was crazy. And so now this is a full shielded Immortal coming down. No burn. They decided to go for that camp. Paid the iron price for it, and this is a full shielded Immortal. This will certainly take Fort. It will probably take Keep Wall, and if there's a death, it could easily take Keep. 2 deaths, it could go Core. This is not Murda, I assure you. I'm saying murder. I'm just from West Virginia, so I have a weird accent. Looking for the re-engage. Oh my goodness, that was such good burn. There's the Vala value. I could have sworn that Fort was going to go down. Caster wrong. Vala getting the burn very, very quick. Up to 14 stacks, that's going to help. Now possibly looking for a 4v4 fight as Rell goes top, but there's the horrified wombo combo onto Vala. And Vala is just getting taken out of these fights. Arrow going to get finished off as well. By an arrow, no less. Fort goes down, separating out Kael'thas now as well. Greenwall going to look for that root. Catches Kael'thas, but no follow-up there. Still murder. Going to get away, but ReGen Phoenix having a hard time right now on this map. Down 2 forts, but BOE, the objective can be strong. They get a good team fight. With the Vala burn, they could get 100-0 Immortal. They could even prep the lane by killing the fort very quickly with the Vala. It's just a matter of they have to recover, they have to get 13s, and they have to really be taking fights that are strictly advantageous and trying to avoid fighting otherwise at the moment, other than just letting Vala get stacks. Vala needs to be very careful. I don't like Darabo out this far. There's the root potential. Vala actually going to get hit by it, but the follow-up wasn't there. Top camp plus a catapult pushing in. There's level 13. Both teams on equal footing. Rush B wanting to take ReGen's camp once again. Rel is close. Both teams have their ults. Now, it appears that kind of the combo that we've been seeing from ReGen that has worked is when Joanna has gone in, Condemn to set up Starfall and Phoenix as well as Living Bomb, followed up with the Blessed Shield just to hold them in place. They can get that engage, it helps, but offensive burn position's going to get a big lead over to the side of Rush B. 50% lead here. We're going to see, do we get neutral or do we get defensive? We get neutral. Bot and top. Rush B just wanted to move straight in for the burn, not give a chance for Vala to get some burn of her own. They got to be careful of the kills. Blinds coming in. Arcane moving on. There's the Horrify. Separates out Joanna. Mosh onto KT. Murder going to go down. Starfall, though, trucking out the damage onto Arcane. Arcane is going to drop to the Vala. Shui now all over Dominator. Dominator trading over the wall. T-Lane, though, low. Having to get the heals from Anduin, but it's not enough. 3 kills there, and this is a chance now for ReGen. Can they get the kill? There's the stun on the ETC, but the follow-up wasn't focusing there. They are on to the Anduin. Anduin, though, getting the peels. There's Uriel going for the absorb, diving under tower, trying to make sure they can get the kill onto this healer. Meanwhile, Vala is doing the smart decision. She's burning the Immortal. Shui has the Illusions chosen, but is a bit low. Now they need to back off. The counter engage could happen here. They need to be careful. Hanzo can truck out a lot of damage. Hanzo now moving on to the point, trying to get some burn of his own. Vala in a race against Hanzo. Hanzo, huge head start in this one. Condemn coming in, focus on to Hanzo. No, Anduin pulled Dominator back into the fight. Dominator actually getting killed by the Owl. Living Bomb going to keep Greenwall alive for now. I don't think there was the cleanse you wanted. I think Hanzo was okay if he got away there. I get the idea, but now Vala going to get this burn, and here it is. ReGen Phoenix getting their first objective of the map. It's not going to have a lot of shields, barely any, but it is... It's the third Immortal, pretty strong. That was a very close fight. But Gul'dan actually, with a lot of burn potential now, has that Fell Armor as well. But level 16 is the big spike, and it looks like ReGen just acknowledging, look, this Punisher's going to get pooped on, or this Immortal's going to get pooped on. It's not going to do anything. We're just going to just trade top. Gul'dan going to stay bot. ETC and Anduin rotating up here. Artanis, Gul'dan still bot. So this is a 5v3. Need to be careful on the side of Rush B. You don't want to throw here. A death there could have easily procced to keep Rush. Now focusing onto the siege camp, but 16s are here for Rush B. Oh, this is risky. Dragon's Arrow coming in. It collects Vala. Vala needs to be careful. There's the blind. Rain of Vengeance trying to peel it out. Great gravity lapse. Swap pulling Arrow back into the fight. Arrow, does he have unstoppable corruption coming in? There's level 16. Gul'dan has not picked that level 16 talent yet. Could be trucking out so much damage he did. There is the unstoppable. Joanna is low, but still alive. Gets away. And now, finally, if Rampant Hellfire comes out, I think Joanna maybe goes down. Level 16 is now here for ReGen. And actually fairly equal map conditions. Obviously, you don't have a wall top. Wall bot is heavily damaged, but as opposed to healthy keep walls. But if this fort goes down, it'll be pretty equal. Focus here onto this bot shrine by ReGen. They're going to double up their impalers. I don't want to keep calling this bot shrine. I mean bot siege, I should say. But gonna get cleaned up very quick here. No real pressure. Both teams should trade. Actually, no. Red Bruiser not available at the moment. Recently picked up. So Blue's gonna pick up their Bruiser. Will push uncontested in this bot lane. And with a Catapult potentially helping. Party Bush. Shh, everyone, shh, shh. Oh, no. Ooh, possible back flank. Dominator sees it. Defensive position, defensive burn positions. Arrow coming into the back, a little bit of an awkward engage. The team's kind of not knowing where they want to be. Unstoppable having to be used just to dodge that cleanse. Once again, ETC diving hard for Darabo. Darabo gonna get the blind once again. Starfall, though, separating out the members of the blue team. Fatlock on the back line. Wants Darabo, but the Mosh is missed. Gonna get interrupted. Fatlock is still alive, below 200 health. Kel'Thas trying to go for the kill. Is he going to get it? Living Bomb should secure it unless the heal comes in. It does, but it's not enough as ETC the first to die. A lot of separation. Light Bomb coming in. 2-man stun, but the follow-up from Tyrande just barely a miss. Down goes Anduin now. Murda getting some value with Living Bomb. Darabo poisoned, but still alive. And Red, they have no health. But my goodness, they are still alive. And so ReGen going to have an opportunity. Have to deal with this bottom camp. It's going to stall their burn, but with Anduin down for another 24 in the penalty box, it should at least let them find halftime once Vala comes in. I hope. Just to try to equalize a bit. I'd love to see a game 3. ETC Failfish. Yeah, I mean, I get what he's trying to do, because, like, that's been their comp, is just we got to take Vala out of the fight, and then we win hard. But a little bit overextended there. I think it's not as bad a play as a Failfish would suggest. But now Vala going for the burn. ETC separating out Shui. Here comes the Starfall, trying to stop the engage. Shui very low, though, trying to walk away, as is Joanna, now backing up. Halftime not yet reached by the members, excuse me for the noise, of ReGen Phoenix. They are backing up. Rush B now pushing in, but there's halftime. Nearly 100-0 halftime. But now, because of the pushback, ReGen Phoenix having to tap. This is going to let Rush B catch up a little bit. This is still a win. Vala's there. Or is it? It's close. I mean, it is close. But again, that turned what was a 50 to almost like 50 to 99 halftime phase into a basically 5% shielded immortal. So, not going to get the value you want out of this, but Gul'dan and Artanis clearing top. They are going to start to rotate down. Got a half-level lead for Rush B. Lane is pushed up, so this Immortals might not get much value at all, as there's just no minions up with this. And so, ooh, ETC looking for the engage. Darabo needs to be careful. Power slide, is it going to come in? Nope, Fort goes down still. It's still a 4th Immortal in the game. It's still an 18-minute Immortal, a 17-minute Immortal, technically. So, it's going to get value, but now, you know, Fort to Fort. Both teams equalizing the macro pressure. Both teams with Catapult every 3rd wave. ReGen really wanting this Shrine. ETC coming in onto the point. There's the face melt. Light Bomb going to try to get the re-engage. Horrify separating out the members, but the health bars are so low on the side of Rush B, and the first kill onto Anduin, followed up by the kill onto ETC, but down goes Joanna. The health bars are falling. Darabo very low. Arcane trying to go for the kill, but Darabo trading up 3-1, and now what do you do with this? Joanna is down, so you don't have anyone who can just stand under the fort for you to just push in hard as much as you want to. Yrel can do it, but doesn't have her ultimate. What are they going to do? They have some minions. They need to burn this tower fast. Luckily, they have a Q build Vala, so that shouldn't be difficult. They can at least open up a wall, open up a win condition. They cannot end the game at this point. I can't imagine. Now walking away, going to try to get this Bruiser Camp. I expect that this Bruiser Camp is not a fire and forget steal, that this is in fact something they will try to push up with. But with the health time, or the death timer so low for ETC and Anduin, I don't think they can stick around too long. I think they are just going to have to steal this and walk away now. And they do. Are they going to rotate top, or are they going to rotate their Bruiser? Big wave here. 2 Katas. Going to get cleared up, though. They are going to rotate their Bruiser first. Level 20s here for ReGen. Level 20s picked up very shortly by Rush B. Looking at the level 20s, Shooting Star coming in from Vala. Pairs well with that Darnesian archery. The Flamethrower, so extra range on Flame Strike. Yrel going with Seraphim. Both teams starting their burn, but a head start here for ReGen is going to translate into a sizable lead. It actually looks like the Immortal is at quite a bit less than 50% health. Aw, rip HGC. We'll never get HGC 2019 spray. Feels bad. But here we go now. Both teams very cautious on this engage. We have the extra blind talent. We have the Bolt of the Storm from ETC, so we could engage onto the back line with that Bolt. Shui coming in. There's the Dragon Strike. ETC, Bolt Mosh. Gets interrupted there. Horrify separating out the members, and Darabo going to go down. That is Vala, and that is Arrow using the level 20 to stay alive. Can a heal come in to enable Joanna to re-engage? This is a 1-for-1 trade at the moment, although it favors the Immortal burn of Rush B, but Hanzo coming back to clear up this siege camp, pushing down the wall. Artanis going to town on this Immortal. Can he get it before ReGen is able to re-engage? Hanzo now joining the fight as well. Joanna had to hearth and wait a long time for the health bars to refill. Living Bomb chunking out a ton of single target damage there. Ooh, ETC needs to be careful. Manages to barely avoid the stun. It's about even. on the Immortal Health. Vala going to be up in 18. Gul'dan going to be up in 20. So almost back to square one. Although I will say, ETC backing off the tap. Area very low in that back line. Having to self-heal. Looks like a push coming once again by Rush B. ETC coming in, could get stunned. No, power slides in, focusing onto area. There's the light bomb. Gonna secure the kill on Serana. Mana addict used for the shield by Kel'Thas, but he and Shui are very low. Shui goes down to the Hanzo. Now Darabo once again getting the power slide. There's the separation. Rain of Vengeance, turnaround, but it's not going to be enough. And that should be the game. And Rush B looking like they're going to take a domination this series. You're going to get a half shield Immortal. It's going to go to top lane because of structure damage. They're going to push with this, but Vala down for a very long time. Yrel down for a long time. They want to push with this quick. They don't need to be completely reckless, but they want to go fast. And I'm almost certain that this is going to be a domination victory by Rush B, and a really good one at that. I mean, the domination will not betray how close this series was. Both games very, very winnable by ReGen, but Rush B winning the last fight, winning the critical fight at the right time. I say that, but Greenwall's actually quite low, needs to be careful. But here we go, Tyrande up, Yrel up. Can they buy the time? T-Lane actually quite low, as is Arcane. The core shields are still standing for the moment. Starfall trying to zone out. There's the Horrify, buying space for T-Lane. Arcane is all over this core, though, with that amateur opponent. Arcane does drop. Mosh trying to buy time for Blue to move on to the core. There's the Light Bomb, and it's going to be enough. Rush B taking the domination. Again, much, much closer than the result would suggest. That was both matches could have gone either way. Really could have gone either way. That was a really good series. Rush B just winning the critical fights, and once again, I mean, kind of an echo of last game. You know, ReGen Phoenix overall with the most kills, but you know, they just had a knack for getting on the Vala and shutting down the burn of ReGen Phoenix, and it worked out well. And you know, it's not that Darabo was sticking out that much. It's just that when you focus all those resources, the power slide into the Dragon Strike, with Gul'dan potentially following up, the Horrifies were really good. That was just a really good match. And Rush B going to take this one, so we're going to see if we can get a post-game interview. We'll be right back here in just a second. Stay tuned to the next gaming series. Welcome back to the next gaming series. DB Smiley here. I am joined by the Captain Dominator and the offlaner Arcane of the victorious Rush B. Guys, I believe this is your first win of the season. You played, I think, Beast Coast is your only other match so far, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so with that, how are you guys feeling now?
Oh, I am. It feels good to be back. I was gone on vacation for our first
Mm-hmm.
match, so I kind of had to sit on the sidelines and watch. It was really hard. And, like
Mm.
coming back, coming out swinging, feels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt.
just
Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Yeah, it just feels great to kind of get back into the swing of things. I feel like we were pretty rusty coming out of that. We had a
Mhm.
lot of people traveling during the off season, so didn't get very much practice in, or not as much as we wanted to. So
Well, I would say so. I was briefly playing with Plug Walk last season before just life got in the way and I had to take a break. But I did. We actually played against you guys, and you guys kind of cleaned our clock. But you guys really have just seemed to continue to improve this season. Obviously, getting to Division C Grand Finals and kind of graduating out of the best Division C into the second best Division B. Um, but
I
but
love Division C.
now taking on, this was a rematch, sort of, not really, but sort of, right?
It's like a half rematch,
A
yeah.
half rematch. I think it lived up to the billing. I think it was, people are going to look at the 2-0 score and be like, oh, it was a domination. It was not a domination. It was both games came down to the last fight.
Yeah, we had to fight every single second of those two games, and like early game we felt strong. In the middle, man, ReGen Phoenix, watch out for them and their team fighting, because that is some scary stuff right there. I'm going to be honest, some of those team fights, we just wound up on top. Like, it wasn't 100% going our way at the beginning, but our team played really well. We had really good communication all throughout.
Yeah.
We were calling our shots. Everybody was, not whiffing ults, doing everything well.
Mhm.
And, we came out on top in both of them. So props to the team. I'm really appreciative of that.
Yeah, I think I want to credit both you, but also Region Phoenix. I think of any match I've cast this season, granted I haven't casted any heroic this season. That was the best ultimate usage by both teams throughout the match. I mean, it wasn't like both teams seemed to get max value out of ults every time. I mean, the Rings of Frost in the first game disengaged some of the Warden's cages. The bunkers were obviously fantastic. The moshes were good from you guys that last game, but also like the Rain of Vengeances and and just it seemed like the Starfall Phoenix combo, for example, from Region Phoenix was really good. So how do you actually approach a team fight when you know that like you could either be in for a team fight that lasts 3 seconds or like a minute? How do you actually approach that?
yeah, I think a lot of it is trying to recoup from whatever we can learn from how they're team fighting in earlier team fights. So if we're getting an idea that pushing in from the front usually gets a starfall in your face, we might send one or two out and around to the side to try and either bait the ult out or just get it out on the front, and then you have some people on their back line that aren't being affected by it. So it's more just adapting to the usage in the team fights as the match goes on, and kind of being able to identify exactly what we think they're doing and how they're responding to us and trying to adjust.
Yeah. So there was definitely a focus, just jumping straight into game two, there was definitely a focus on to getting onto the Vala in the team fight. So kind of walk me through both the rationale of why you were so willing to hard commit to that and, at sometimes at cost, and kind of how you approached getting onto Vala.
Yeah, so the mindset we had going into this game was they beat us in the Immortal Burn every single time. If we're
Not the
starting
first
off on
time.
the same,
Vala needs to get
not-
stacked first.
yeah, not the first time, but at any time late game when they actually started stealing Immortals from us, the objective was you either get Tyrande or you get Vala.
Right.
Once you get one of those two, we can win that race. We don't need to fight them anymore. Early game it worked out. The middle of the game it was working out too, but mostly due to macro, we weren't necessarily getting picks.
Right.
But sort of towards the late game, they really brought it back in the macro, and it made it difficult. So at that point, we were more willing to send ETC all the way around, just like you got Tyrande or Vala, you're getting on one of them, and that's your job.
Well, I mean, it paid off ultimately, and while it's an aggressive kind of style, it's almost how you have to. Well, not even almost. It's how you had to play it there with the Immortal Burn. But with that, it was just a super fun series to cast. So I just want to thank you guys for letting me pick it up.
Yeah,
Well,
of course.
Yeah,
Love
we
having
appreciate you casting it.
Yeah. Well, with that, floor is yours for shoutouts.
All right, I'll go ahead and take the floor first. I just want to shout out everybody on the team. Thanks for everybody that was watching. We have 7 members, and I know one of them couldn't make it tonight. We ended up getting 6 playing tonight, so that was great. So thanks to everybody else that was there. Thanks to friends and family at home that were watching. And shout out to Valk's mom. Gonna keep it going this season, even though we're
Nice.
not in Division C.
Division C will always have our heart.
Yeah. Well, with that, thank you again for casting. For everyone else, that's my last cast of the night. Tomorrow I have one match so far, although I'm keeping an eye out for an opportunity to do a second. 10 p.m. it's going to be Roll 1 Esports versus Deviled Kegs, formerly known as Almost Legends. I want to say Gold, but I could be wrong on that. Then that'll be at 10 p.m. If I see an opportunity to grab a match at 8 p.m., I will do that. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. Let me check who we're going to raid. Are there any matches going on right now? There are. Let's raid. Is it being casted? Yes. We're gonna raid Moist Weenus, everyone. So I'm going to end the stream here, but I'm going to jump onto my channel, and in like about 30 seconds, I'm gonna start that raid. So raid and say hello to Moist Weenus, everyone. Take care.